What's up, YouTubers? Ken here from the Dyslexic Investor, and we're going to be looking at some earnings that are coming out this week, and then we're going to actually look at what some of the subreddits, or known as Wall Street Bets on Reddit, are thinking on playing some earning plays this week. So we're just going to do a quick little dive into what this is. Earning whispers. These are all the major companies that are reporting this week. You kind of see Monday has already passed, and Citi knocked it out of the park. This is also known as Bank Week because banks are the first that starts off the earnings season. You kind of see here you got JP Morgan, you got Wells, you got BlackRock. That's a huge bank there. Here, more banks, BB&T, smaller banks here, and so forth. And of course, Bank of America on Wednesday. Some of the other interesting names that I've seen that are reporting this week are Johnson & Johnson, which is, everyone knows, the baby powder incidents they had a couple months ago, I think, actually, and they've kind of slightly rebounded from that. United, their CEO has kind of been misleading and kind of backing up prices and so forth, which is whatever. Not cool for the consumer. CSX, gotta keep an eye on this one. This one will kind of show the overall health of how transportation goods from Mexico up, because a lot of cars are transported on there. Also, a lot of other goods regarding coal to precious metals to clothing and so forth. Oh my gosh, got the hiccups here. And then Wednesday is huge for Netflix. I want to see what Netflix does. That's a little too many lines there. What Netflix does, that's on my radar. Very big name there, and a lot of things coming up for that. We have, of course, Disney Plus coming out November 8th, for Disney Plus. So that might kick that out. And then also with Friends leaving Netflix, that's also a nice little blow to them as well. Yeah, that's not. And this one here, Limelight, I thought that was LimeWire. If you guys remember that back in the day, just a little shout out to LimeWire. Godspeed. Then more banks here, banks. United Rentals is also another great company to look for, because again, if there's a strong construction business going on and a lot of rentals, people needing an excavator to build this road or build this housing development, United Rentals is your guy. And then on Thursday, another big hitter. We got the Microsoft, we got Azure, we got Office 365, we got Windows 10 peeps here. And a lot of people are really shooting for the stars for this one, and you'll see some of the comments within Wall Street Bets on Reddit to kind of back that up when a lot of people are doing that thing. And mostly on Fridays, not really many big hitters. You got your American Express, which our boy Warren Buffett's huge fan of. And the other ones I really don't really honestly trade that much. Again, like more banks, got Capital One, Ally, Honeywell could be a great company to watch because they have a pretty big Chinese business. And Alcoa, another one, is a manufacturer of metal. Yeah, a lot of more banks. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive in to a couple more. Oh my gosh, I almost got United Healthcare. So healthcare's kind of been, I want to make this one green, kind of hot. This one's kind of been popping here. Just the fact of it did go down drastically due to a lot of the Democrats saying that they want a single payer, they want centralized healthcare for everyone, and nationwide healthcare, and that would hurt the business model currently what United Healthcare does. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some of the comments. We have, they call me Lion. Microsoft calls are free money. Not sure what that means. There's no free money in this game. But I'm guessing he's saying that he's in the money with his calls or something, and he's making a lot of money. Again, earnings, there's this coming Thursday. You can kind of see here on the chart. Let's just zoom in here. It's right here on this little line here. So 3 days away or so. And you kind of see here earnings in the past. It's kind of been stagnant because they had when a stock has a huge run into earnings, more or less that's kind of already baked in because everyone's like trying to get hyped up about it. So that could be, not saying the past is what the present's going to be, but just looking back at its couple other earning dates where it's kind of been stagnant from there. Another earnings down here, beginning of the year was kind of stagnant, but that was due to a lot of big sells off already. And then we have another one here that was kind of flat and then kind of popped. And then the only one that actually popped was actually last year, this time, where it had a nice little kick up. But we can go on a little longer time frame of a week. You can kind of see here, most of the times when it has earnings, it has been somewhat stagnant and maybe popping up just a little bit, but coming back down shortly afterwards, because a lot of things are already kind of baked in with Microsoft. Like, unless they blow away with Azure numbers and they're taking away shares from AWS, again, nothing's free money. You trade at your own risk, but I wouldn't be touching this due to the fact that it's already had a nice run into earnings. If you captured this slice movement, golf clap to you, my friend. Fantastic. And then Summer Snow 8 calls for Netflix. He's doing a Netflix call credit spreads. He didn't say what numbers. That's okay, but let's look at the analysis of Netflix. I did kind of cover this slightly the other day in a video, and I feel like it's having a tough time breaking out. Like I said, that it has a tough time breaking up at 385 and then like the 335 level. It's just been bouncing around like a ping pong, just ding dong, bouncing left and right. So again, earnings is coming out on the 17th. That's Wednesday. This could be a nice earnings surprise. It had a nice pop here, because even here it had downwards, because this is shortly after, I believe it was in this area here where Disney Plus announced Disney announced the Disney Plus service and the exact dates. And then here was a nice uptick in last year of October, but it came drastically down due to a lot of the other like the overall stock market was just going down. And if you look at a lot of the earnings and subscriber growth has been somewhat stagnant. Again, Netflix, they're losing Friends, the TV show. They're losing a lot of the Disney content. I think they're losing The Office as well. They're pulling that off in the next year or something like that. So Netflix needs to put it in fifth gear and start making some content that a lot of people watch. And again, Stranger Things, huge hit. House of Cards, Black Mirror, all great. But they need something a little more staying power. Because once those pass, everyone kind of watches those within 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 months, and then it kind of just dies off from there. So they're spending a lot on content. They're spending like $15 billion a year on content. So Godspeed to them. And then we have another one. A lot of people were asking about Wall Street Bets if they're playing banks, and banks are kind of a toy cost, and they don't actually move that much. And then we got another one from Jiffy Gift whatever. He says Microsoft for the win. Again, like a lot of people are super positive about Microsoft, and which I love Microsoft. It's a great service. They make a lot of money. They have great competitors and so forth. But that being said, it could be a tough call, because playing earnings could be risky. It's always risky, because they can have great numbers, but then they say we found a bug, or we found something that else was wrong, and we're just gonna go from there. Justin_time_ LAMFO ha. He puts on Netflix. Feels like the earnings will miss and drop about 10%. And that is, let's play that scenario out. So 10% from where we are right now is, again, that's easy math. Like $36, $35. So that could be easily to the lower end here, aka the 200-day moving average, which could be a fantastic buying opportunity. Normally, you don't want to buy right after earnings, because it could be continuous downfall. It's usually 2-3 days after bad news comes out. You want to starting a starting position. Maybe if you want to buy 10 shares, you just buy 3 or 4 shares at one time and then see if that carries it up. If it doesn't, you kind of, wouldn't say you level down, but you have certain plans on when you want to buy it. Like, I wouldn't buy it all the way down to 0 because that would be completely idiotic. Yeah, we don't want to cost average down on trending down stock. If it holds here and maintains things, and the bad news has passed, and continue. If they just say that they just missed a quarter because Stranger Things cost $250 million an episode, blah, 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 or whatever. Like, it could be, you just kind of have to use the technicals and fundamentals in kind of a formula and make the consensus from that. We just don't know the information on what's going to happen. But, again, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor. Don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you love to eat watermelon. Alright, this is Ken, signing off. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.